And all that stuff scares the shit out of me. That kind of stuff scares the shit out of me when the government gets involved in what could be termed election interference, but through some weird loophole, it's legal. Whereas some
I don't
election
think
interference,
that the pushing for social media companies to censor stuff was legal. I mean, it's like that's.
Right.
I mean, there's all this stuff about what, like, people talk about the First Amendment and okay, these tech platforms should offer free speech. The First Amendment does apply to the government. That's like the whole point, right? Is the government is not allowed to censor this stuff. So, at some level, I do think that, you know, having people in the administration calling up the guys on our team and yelling at them and cursing and threatening repercussions if we don't take down things that are true is like, it's pretty bad.
Good morning, everybody. I want you guys to, if there was ever a video that I have ever made that I needed you guys to share, it's going to be this one, okay? Because yesterday, President Biden announced that 100% of the damages from the California fires, okay, 100% will be covered for the next 6 months by the U.S. taxpayers. 100%. Meanwhile, and I'm happy about that because I think that people need help when in a national natural disaster happens.
Yes, this reminded me of something I saw recently. Gavin Newsom is now playing the victim and says that people who criticize his government failure at wildfire prevention are engaging hurricane force winds of mis and disinfo. He also wants Joe to deal with it. And Biden has just few days to go. I don't know if social media platforms will be engaging in this.
I ask you, we've got to deal with this misinformation. There were hurricane force winds of mis and disinformation lies. People want to divide this country, and we're going to have to address that as well. And it breaks my heart as people are suffering and struggling that we're up against those hurricane forces as well. And that's just a point of personal privilege that I share that with you because it infects real people that are out there, people I meet every single day, people the mayor's been meeting with, and they're having conversations that are not the typical conversations you'd have at this time. And you wonder where this stuff comes from. And it's very damaging as well. But we're here to get the job done.
Yes, Meta CEO founder Mark Zuckerberg told podcaster Joe Rogan that members of Joe administration here are his employee demanding they take down content on their behalf. We saw what happened few days ago when Mark Zuckerberg came out against censorship. When I saw that, compared to what he did in the past, a lot of people are concerned with that. Mark Zuckerberg is a billionaire. Yes. I don't believe that if he was not giving into these people, this would be happening. After Trump wins, Mark Zuckerberg is certainly changing his thought. Now look at what is coming out. Some says this is a big RICO case that he has just put out against the Biden administration.
Governor, you got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the call.
Why is the president not taking your call?
Because it's not going through. So
Why?
I have to get cell service.
So let's
no
get
cell
it.
service.
Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now. And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids. Losing the school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants,
That's
Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To
everything
fill the
I can.
hydrants. I would fill them up personally, you know that.
I literally have.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
I understand.
But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not. I see do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's water coming out there. You can use it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to make the call to address everything I can right now, including making sure people
I'd
are
like
safe.
to make sure you do.
guys.
Can
He needs
I
to
have
call
an
the president.
opportunity
He
to at
needs
least
to-
tell
he needs to
people
call
you're
the
doing what
president.
you're saying you're doing?
Thank you.
Could somebody have a contact? Can I have your contact
Yes,
information?
right
Right
there.
now. Right now.
If you take a closer look, you realize this guy actually lied. The number was not going through. This person wanted transparency. This lady, at this point, I appreciated her for doing this. She had to go to that extent. That is to tell you the level of frustration people are feeling toward this man. Trump called him that he should resign immediately. Now, Gavin Newsom took up a different stand, playing the victim. Like people are spreading misinfo. I don't know why they always, attribute their failures to misinfo. That is the first thing that run through their mind. They don't focus to see where they failed, you know, and what they should be doing to solve the issue. They run to social media first to see what people are talking about. Focus on the ground. See how you can resolve what is going on. If this could be prevented, it could have been never seen. Now it is happening. Whatever thing people are saying on social media, it is not necessary. Struggle to save lives and homes. That is the best thing. I can tell this guy. When you take a look at this video, you can clearly see this guy was called. It is believed that these are the people who actually initiated some fires in certain areas. It is crazy. When I see this video circulating on social media, I didn't want to believe until I did research to actually find out what was going on. Look at the people. Some areas don't have any issues, but these people are the one behind what is going on. Now they should be treated accordingly. It is sad to see how people spend years to build homes just to be destroyed in a single day. Maybe because you have a problem with someone, this is not the best way to revenge. It is crazy.
I am not into politics. I don't pretend that I know everything there is to know. I do my best to do my research, but at the end of the day, again, I can honestly say I don't know much, and I don't insert myself in conversations that I have no business being in. What I do know is I have a brain. I know that comes as a shock to some of you. I have 2 ears, and I got 2 eyes that work. And when I look around Los Angeles, when I look around many parts of California, I say, not only is something not right, but I don't like what I see. I am a registered Democrat. I would say that I am a liberal person. I also will say Newsom and Bass gotta go.
President Biden announced that 100% of the damages from the California fires, 100% will be covered for the next 6 months by the U.S. taxpayers. 100%. Meanwhile, and I'm happy about that because I think that people need help when in a national natural disaster happens. Absolutely, your tax-paying dollars should go to help these people. What I'm angry about is none of that was done for Tennessee, Carolinas, or my home state of Florida. We got a $750 loan and a FEMA representative to come out to make sure that the damage was caused by the storms. Okay? Meanwhile, Jen announces that 100% of the damages for the next 6 months, that's salaries of first responders, that's everything for the next 6 months, is 100% going to be covered by the taxpayer dollars. And yes, it needs to happen for California. But why? Why wasn't that done for us here in the South?
She actually raised an important question that every person should be furious. Like, why is this happening like this? This is the United States. If everything is happening, it should be the same everywhere. Not sidelining some people, doing things like you are favoring some people. It is not good.
Two categories that I think have been very politicized are misinformation, because who gets to judge or what's false and what's true? You may just not like my opinion on something, and then people think it's false, but but I think that one's really tricky. And the other one is basically what what people refer to as hate speech, which is I think also comes from a good place of wanting to crack down on that of wanting to promote more inclusion. And
Yeah, we were just talking about the wildfire situation and how crazy it is that they spent $24 billion last year on the homeless.
Yeah.
And what did they spend on preventing these wildfires?
Zero.
Not zip.
Zip. And in 2019, I think Newsom said, I'm going to take care of the forests and maintain the forests and do all that kind of stuff. He didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. And then
What I saw under the video,
you might have recall a news story from last year. There was some interest in the fire departments and the firefighters in California, and the interest was that there were too many white men
that you're in charge of. This is you getting water to areas that need water because there are fires in 100-mile-an-hour winds burning houses to the ground. I watched on a Ring camera a guy have to sit and watch his pet burn to death. Those things are issues of the heart when you watch a cherished little pet, or it's just you.
the situation is beyond control. I'll be updating you, giving you more information to what I'm observing. On social media, I didn't want to report this, but people keep sending this to me. God bless you.
Health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
What do we do?
Right now you're looking.
History, remember it.
As a country about